all the new lads are coming in and seeing it as a great opportunity for themselves, but also for the team, and everybody's fighting to try and make sure they give themselves the best chance of being in the next sort of, whether it be squad or whether it be the starting 11, but make sure they try and contribute for the team. So yeah, I've obviously got a lot of headaches for the next game in terms of who we pick, but everybody's been working hard this week.
There's a really concerted run of matches to come. Is that something that could really bring a new squad together?
Yeah, I think when we've got what, 7 games in what 30 odd days, I think, and we've got some really tough matches in there as well. So I think what will naturally happen is the squad will rally together. I think they'll understand the importance of this batch of games, and also they'll understand the level of opposition we're playing against as well. You know, I think in that period we play 3 teams that have just come down for the Premier League. We also play a couple of the teams that got into the playoffs last season. So we know it's going to be a tough run of fixtures.
There's the old cliche about not getting too high after a win and too low after a defeat. Is that an important thing to manage during the run of a close run of games like that?
Yeah, I think we're in a unique situation in the fact that generally when you've had a team that's sort of had some sort of level of consistency, I think that's always difficult to control emotion after the games. I think the fact that we are unique and the fact we've changed so much of the squad in one sitting basically in this window, I think they'll recognise and understand that obviously the potentially for some of them might take a little bit of time to get themselves up to speed, but obviously we want to win games, we need to win games, so points are going to be important. It
must be a challenging but exciting period in terms of going through the process of bedding those new players in. How do the staff go about facilitating that?
I think it's just trying to be repetitive in terms of what we're asking them to do. Try to give them some sort of clear instruction repeatedly about how we're going to play, how we're going to press. The difficulty you've got in the Championship is every game's different, so there is sort of slight sort of variances from game to game that do change. But I think we just need to get them on the pitch as often as we can, get them playing together, get them used to each other's strengths and weaknesses, and then try to put the best combinations together in terms of personnel to make us effective.
You talked before the window about how it was probably going to take more than one window to build the squad, but you were looking to bring a higher quality of player in. Is that something that's borne out in what you've seen since the transfer business happened? Can you see that quality, but are you also seeing that time that's needed to integrate everybody?
Yeah, I think we have brought some real good players into the club. I think that we've gave ourselves good variation in terms of qualities and skill sets, and also I think age range. You know, we brought some younger lads in, brought some older lads in, we've got some guys right in their peak. So I think it gives us good balance across the squad. It's always tough because, like, at the early part of the window when we'd done quite a bulk of our signings, we'd had the likes of Mmaee playing quite a few games, we had Vidigal playing quite a few games, and then over the last game or two, we've lost 8 players. So then we're needing to replace the new players with even newer players, and that's where it can become a little bit more challenging, because you'd like for that little first batch of games, whether it be 10 games, 12 games, to keep a level of consistency so everybody can understand what their role requires. And then if the changes come after that, it becomes a little bit easier because everybody should be bedded in at that point. The difficulty I think we've had in maybe the last 2 matches has probably been that we've had to change some of the changes with new guys that have literally just walked in the building in the last week or two. So that's been a challenge, but ultimately, obviously we'll see how they bed in over the next few games, and hopefully it's quickly.
And if we go to Norwich and come back with 3 points, what could that do for the group and for the individuals within it?
I think that it will put a marker down in the fact to our capability and where hopefully we can get to. Also, I think it will be a massive shot in the arm for the players to understand how difficult the Championship can be, but equally, if you do things right and you do it well, you can be really successful. And I just think momentum is a massive sort of tool in the Championship. If you can gain momentum, gain confidence and go on a really good run, it can take you a long way.